Hello, my fellow Awkwardians, Awkwardites. Let me just confirm that we are live, and then we will get started here. Okay. Hey, guys. We are having a very lively discussion on what to call ourselves, and I'm really loving these suggestions. Actually, where was it? Where was the one I really liked? Ray Wood, a live walkie-talkie. That something about that makes perfect sense. Brits are generally awkwardish at the best of times. Interesting. Okay, so we are all awkward. We are all here. Thank you guys for joining me again. I didn't really know what I was going to do tonight. This was kind of a last minute thought. I thought, let's just make pretty sparkly glittery things in After Effects. Why not? I created the one that you're seeing on screen right now. I made a long time ago, and I just started with a very basic circle shape and just kind of stacked it, just built it from a very small piece. It's kind of like Legos. It's like Legos. It's a lot of stacking. So you take a small element and you overlap that element with another element, and then you change the scale and you move it around and you randomize the rotation and the scale and the position and all of that. And this is what is birthed. I don't know. What do you think? Morgan's here. Hi, baby. DJ Jam, good to see you. Dave Pierce, love the hat. Thank you very much. It hasn't completely fallen apart yet. Liam, I'm more tired than awkward right now. I know, I keep making these later. And I appreciate you being here because it's, what did you say? It's like 1 a.m. your time right now? Well, maybe this will be a relaxing stream for you to unwind. So before I get into it, I did get a few new props for Christmas. Apparently, Santa still visits when you're 37 with no children, and he brings the best props. This is called an Echo microphone. Mildly suggestive shape, but apparently it's hello, hello, hello. Check 1. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Are we hearing any echo? Tell me. Check, check, check. Ah. John Sanders. I'm really only here to ensure Morgan gets as much love as possible. That is primarily the goal here. Thank you for that. I'm sure she appreciates that. Max says, I don't like to think, it hurts too much. Okay, well, we'll get back to the question of what we are, but can we all agree that we're a little bit awkward? Yes? Okay, so here's the first prop. Let me just show you a couple more that I got while we're here. I got stress relief, push pop, bubbles, and that's sort of like bubble wrap. Not quite as satisfying of a sound, but it is very fun to push buttons. Wouldn't you agree? There's just something about it. I just can't stop. It's like I start and I gotta see it through. I gotta finish. I suspect this is why I really like crochet, because it's a lot of just repetitive action that is very calming to my brain. So we got this. Positivity can sing for us. Not tonight. Not tonight. But maybe we will do an awkward karaoke sesh sometime. That might be fun. And I will also, on that occasion, I will bring my harmonica, which I tested out before the stream, and it's supposed to be for the ages of 3 and up, so it shouldn't be so hard to make a sound. But listen to this. Okay, that might be the asthma. All right, we're moving on from that. Most importantly, we have our armor. This is Knight's Armor. It's rated for ages 4 and up, but I can confirm that even at 37, we all need a little bit of armor. So, you know, maybe I'll wear this sometime. I don't know what it's looking like on the stream. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so those are my props for today. The red beanie could become an icon. Could it? It is my signature thing now. Dang, who let Bob Dylan on screen? Hello, Jennifer Bates. Thank you for being here from Rhode Island. Nice to have you here. Aubrey, good to see you. Not a raccoon. Hello, not a raccoon. Hail the awkward overlord. Sliding in kind of late. Oh, it could go with my sword. That's a good suggestion, yes. John says, I can't harmonica because my tongue doesn't go into a U shape. But then I felt special when I learned only 10% of people can't do the U-shaped tongue thing. You know, I wonder if that's related. In high school, I played a number of instruments, but the one I had the most trouble with was the flute. Because of, I think it had something to do with the shape of my lips. Like I had a really hard time producing a sound with the flute. I eventually moved to clarinet, and that was a little bit easier. QA Library. Awkward Anthems just came across a software called Filmora. They changed their ELA back in 2012, so this week I found they could publish video without removing one. Oh, okay. I'm sort of familiar with Filmora. I've heard the name, but I'm not super familiar with the software itself. Okay, guys, are we ready to learn something here? I don't know how much learning is going to happen here. I purposely have no plan here. I really like what I'm seeing on my screen. It's very flashy, it's colorful, it's bright. I don't want to do exactly the same thing, but I thought it might be fun to build this together. So what I have is a blank slate here, and what I would like to ask to the awkwardian community, let's pick 4 colors and maybe some shape choices. Now we can do circles, we can do squares, we can do squiggly lines, we can do stars. Write me some suggestions in the comments, and whatever just grabs my eyeballs first, maybe we will start there. How does that sound? Probably why I can't whistle. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to wait for some suggestions to come through. And in the meantime, we're going to go over to, actually in the meantime, let me just get a sip of my tea here. Mouth always gets a little dry when I start these. Okay, let's make something pretty, yeah? You know what I found out? So I have Streamlabs, and you know, like when a super chat comes in and there's like a little dinosaur bounce animation, I found out you can do like your own custom one. So maybe what we create tonight could be the custom animation that plays whenever you hear that little bling. Okay, here we go. John, okay, Aubrey says, okay, wait, let me. Okay, Tom says purple things. Aubrey, blue stars. John, As long as you can include a shade of red, okay. Wow, we're getting the whole rainbow here tonight, guys. Very nice. Green diamonds. Purple is always good. Orange circles. Okay. Pink hearts, blue diamonds, green clover, yellow moons. Oh, you people are very ambitious. Okay. Let's start with the easiest thing. Orange circles. How about that? So I'm going to go up into my tool set here under my shape layers, and I'm going to select my ellipse tool, and we've decided it's going to be an orange circle. So let's see, orange. That looks orange to me. Could be off, little colorblind. I think I've shared that before. You know what I would like? Okay, idea. Let's make the circle kind of scale up and slowly fade out. That'll be like the foundation of it. That'll be the start. So I'm going to shift and drag. We'll make it maybe that big. And we need a thicker circle than that. What is that? That's an emaciated circle, if you ask me. Let's bump it up to 50. Okay, that might be a little much. That's too much. Okay, let's stick with 30. Okay. This is where I want it to be completely faded out. And I have this composition at 3 seconds. So this will be a 3-second. Oh, is that too long? Well, whatever. I can always fix it later. Okay, so hold on, I just need to check one thing here. Okay, we're good. So let's say at 1 second in, this is our landing spot. If you've been watching these live streams, you'll notice I'm just doing a lot of the same stuff over and over. So that'll be the size. What else do we want to change here? That'll be the size. We'll go to the very start of our timeline and we'll set the size to 0. And now if we just play that, it's just a circle. Just a plain old boring circle. So we'll keyframe, we'll ease it out, we'll ease it in, and we'll say, let's see here, let's fade it. It'll be totally faded in right here. So I'm going to hit T on my keyboard for opacity. So that's 100%. And then we'll go to the very start and we'll set it at 0. So it fades in a little bit, okay? And then by the time it gets to here, we want it totally out. Where does it stop? Right there? Okay. So maybe we'll start fading it out almost immediately while it's still moving. So ease out, and then it should be out about here. Let's see what that looks like. I feel like it could be a little bit longer on the end. A little bit. Let's move these keyframes over. I might have to move this up a little bit so I can see what I'm working with here. What's this look like? Okay, let's move it. Let's move this forward. Okay, that's better. So we have this already. Amazing, it's so circle shame now. No shame to circles. We accept all shapes and all colors here. This is an all-inclusive process, and no disrespect to circles. Okay. Okay, so, positivity gives purpose. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. The pop look, easing out looks great within your videos. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, so we have an orange circle. What else can we add here? Should we add maybe some more smaller circles? I'm just gonna play right now. I don't really have a plan, but let me just play. I'm gonna change the color to something kind of complementary, maybe a yellow. No stroke, just a fill. And maybe, what if, ooh, okay, this is going to be just a tiny, tiny circle. And then maybe I'll duplicate the orange circle and I'll take all of the animation off of it because I'm just going to use it as a guide. So we will do what we always do, which is label things guide. And I'll even change the color because that helps me. Okay. The stroke, we will make it a little bit thinner and maybe white just to make it a little bit different. Not a raccoon, in case Morgan didn't get enough chips last time. Morgan is so good on chips, but we will keep the chip fund open because, you know, that's very generous. Thank you. If all circles could look like a bubbling soup or raindrops on a pool. Okay, we can, well, I think we're on the same page a little bit. I'm thinking of sort of a bubbling kind of thing going on, but in a circular pattern. Like there's chaos, there's order in the chaos here. Okay, so here is our guide layer, and what am I thinking here? Okay, so I'm going to make this white circle a guide layer by going up to layer, guide layer, and this just means that it won't be seen in the actual rendered animation. It just serves as something for me to look at as I'm creating the shape. So how big is our orange circle? It's about right there. So we'll make this maybe right. Okay, we'll make it right there and we'll set it really thin. And now what I want to do, and as I've stated in the past, I mean, there are so many ways that you can approach this kind of thing. My way might be the long way. It might not be the right way, the smart way, but it gets the job done, you know? So it is what it is. So we have that circle. I'm going to duplicate it. And maybe we'll make another circle here, and maybe we'll make another circle there, and we're just going to keep doing this. Maybe I'm just kind of eyeballing the spacing. I want the spacing to be kind of consistent. Okay, I might need to back up here. Duplicate. Dupe it. Okay, there's another. Dupe it. You guys are like, what? Where is she going with this? The answer is, I don't know. But sometimes just starting wherever, something starts to emerge, and often for me, it's not even what I originally intended. It's just, it naturally just becomes something if you keep stacking it, and it's really fun to stack it. I wish I had the ability to do this and also look at the chat at the same time. Okay. Is that kind of even? Sort of. Let's put one more. We'll do one more circle. Right about here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 15 circles. This is the first one. So I'm thinking maybe we start here. This will be the last one. We start here. And if you look in my timeline, I'm going to stagger it. So this first one will go first. The next one, let's say 2 frames forward. The next one, 2 frames forward. The next one 2 frames forward. The next one 2 frames forward. Yes. Are we getting a sense? Are we seeing a pattern here? I don't know what this is going to look like. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It can be a little tedious, but some of us like that, so. All right, we're going to back it up, and I'm going to turn off my guide layer, and let's just see what that did. Hold on, I'll make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Here is what we have created so far. Okay, I want this to start a little bit later. Maybe after, not yet, not yet. Maybe there, let's try it. Faster, gotta be faster. I'm gonna look at the chat in exactly 1 minute, but first, let's just see if we can get this to move a little bit quicker. Okay. What does that look like? I like that better. Okay. And I don't want it to just stay on screen. I want it to fade out. So on all of these tiny little circles, we'll hit our T for transparency, and we'll say, we'll set a keyframe at the beginning, and maybe right when that next one starts, we'll start to fade it out. And we'll fade it out by 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. 5 frames. No, longer. No, longer. Little more. Sometimes you feel it. Okay, let me just take a quick break here. Let's see here. Hello, is it Resaleaf? Thank you for being here. Don't worry about looking at the chat, Amy. We're totally not plotting world domination. No need to supervise us. Is that what you're doing? And here I am just making like little fireworks. You guys you've got bigger plans apparently. Tedium is cathartic, agreed. How are you advancing 2 frames so easily? Repetition, just practice. Wow, that's a lot of layers. Yes, it can get pretty busy in here. Last time a design was hit by copyright was a shop design color layout by the Lawn Tennis Association at Wimbledon. Oh, interesting. She's going so fast. Am I going too fast? Should I slow down? I'm always concerned about wasting time, so if you want me to slow down, let me know. Morgan, dang, those editing skills. Thank you, baby. The boss is coming. Everyone look busy. Okay. Whoa, what was that second one? What did I miss? Did I miss something? Nope, we have definitely covered Not a Raccoon supplying Morgan's chip fund. Yes. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is copy the keyframes for the opacity on that shape layer, and it looks like I'm doing it it's just 1 frame in. So on all of these, I'm going to hit T on my keyboard and just paste it. Paste the the transparency, the opacity keyframes. And that, for me, on my keyboard is Command V. And actually, before I get too far into this, what is that looking like? Ooh, okay. I like that. We'll keep going. Again. Again. And again. Actually, all of these, you know what? Boom, boom, boom. Are there any editors in this chat that make sound effects when they work? I do find that if I make little sound effects sometimes, it's more impactful. Boom, boom. That wasn't really a boom, but looks like it could be like some science fiction loader animation, HUD graphic, I don't know. Okay, I do think these could start a little bit sooner. Like maybe by just like 2 frames. Let me see. Okay. All right, so that's circles. Let's pick another color and another shape. What do we want to see? Oh, a new subscriber. Oh, I didn't. Oh, it doesn't show me on here. Well, thank you to whoever just subscribed. Thanks for being here. Okay, I have to get back to work. Everyone, don't behave. All right, not a raccoon. Thank you for being here. Hope to catch you again in the next one. Bam, bam. I have Tourette's. Does that count? Oh God, what did I just say? I don't know what that counts for, but I'm a programmer. Oh, the sound effects. I suppose so, yeah. It's not, I mean, it's not involuntary for me. I just do it because it just makes it more fun. Glitter. Okay. Triangles. Okay, Steve, thank you for that. Blue. Blue triangles. Blue and orange. Is that what we're thinking? Blue and orange? Triangles, purple. Purple, orange. Okay. Triangles. I think we all agree triangles are the next thing. Okay. Hey, Tim. Okay. We're going to do triangles. Morgan says purple triangles. Okay. I think I'm going to go with purple. Purple and orange. We'll see how this looks. So, what are the triangles doing? Are they just kind of flipping up and floating out? Let's see what we can do. We'll grab another shape layer. And for a triangle, what color purple are we leaning towards here? I'm going to start with maybe this color. Some people might call this magenta, but nope, something's off. What's off about this? Let's zoom it in. The sides are not equal. And I think the tip could be a little bit shorter. Maybe there. And you know what? Why not? Let's just round off the edges. That's too rounded though. Maybe something like that. Okay. Now what we're going to do is take our anchor point and we're going to move it wherever we want the triangle to rotate around. So I want it to rotate around the center. So I've got it in the center there. And let's see, where is the center? I think the center, was that my stomach? Okay. We'll put it in the center. And then we will say, first, here's what we'll do first. Let's animate the position first. We'll start from here. We'll also start at a rotation. Let's go from the left to the right, maybe there. Set a keyframe there. And then by the time we get to the end, we have moved to here somewhere. Maybe. And then I'm going to grab my convert vertex tool and make the path just a little bit rounded. See what that does. Maybe something like that. What does that do? And then here, rotation at 0. Let's just see what that does. Okay. I think I'd like to over rotate just a little bit, and I'd like to move it further out. Okay. Triangles converge. Yes. A pyramid is just a triangle that tries too hard to impress. Right? Yeah, see, a pyramid is just this, but in 3 dimensions instead of 2. Okay, that's not bad, but what I don't like about it is it just lands. Actually, you know what? We need it to go faster, and we need it to go further away. Maybe something like that. Whee! Okay. And actually, maybe it doesn't even start to like here. Nope. Whee! Okay, that's cool. Put a little ease on it. Put a little ease, add a little smoothness here. Guys, my stomach is making so many noises right now. Okay, and I'm going to fade this out so that before it hits the end point, it's already out. It's already faded out. So we don't notice that very abrupt ending there. That's pretty cool. The only problem is we need more than one. So let's add a repeater. And what else can we do here? 3, we can move it. Ooh, this is interesting. What does this do? Rotate? Oh, they can all be a little bit different. What does that do? Whoa. Okay. See, that's flashy, but not very pretty. So I'm gonna say maybe not that. What's this do? No, you know what? I think I'd rather just take this one by one to give it a more customized look. So we have one going in the left direction. I'm just gonna duplicate this layer, and then I'm gonna go into my effects panel, and I'm looking for, where's my effects panel? Effects. I'm looking very specifically for something called flop. You would think it would be called flip, because that's what I'm trying to do, but it's flop. And I'm going to move it, maybe, which way? I guess we can start it about there, but then when we get to this point, I want it to be on the opposite end. What does that do? Not what I wanted. Okay. What did I do wrong? Try this again. What does this do? There we go. That's what I was thinking. Whee! And maybe we stagger it just a little bit, so it's kind of more of a random motion. Okay. And maybe we even make this one a little bit smaller. It's variation. It's contrast. It's about the randomization of elements. That's what makes it interesting to look at, I think. This might be too much. Try that. Whee! Okay. Got some triangles in there. Maybe we'll do one more triangle. Uh, I recall using a formula to make things rotate rather than keyframes. There probably is an expression for all of this, yeah. If you figure it out, let me know. I'm too lazy and set in my ways. How about a triangle turning on gear teeth? Oh, that's interesting. Hello. Whoa of. Hello. Gage Lucas, this seems very tedious. Thank you for doing this for us. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope some of it is making sense, and even if it's not making sense, if it's pleasing to your eyes, that's enough, right? Slay. How about right-click the triangles, then go to transform and flip horizontal vertical? If I right-click and I go to transform, does that just do the same? What does that do? Wait, let me take this off. What does that do? I don't know. I'll have to play with that. Maybe there's something to that. All right, so I'm going to add one more triangle. And what do we think? Should it move? Should it be more like two this way? One going down, maybe? Let's see. We should probably label these triangle 1, triangle 2. The triangles are going to be purple. And what is this one? What did I do? Do I need that? Okay. Save. Digby Caesar. So I missed the first part of the stream. What is this to do with glitter? Well, we're getting there. I think I had the seed of an idea, and it doesn't look like glitter right now, but what we're doing right now is just building the base element, and then what I'm going to do is stack it. And if you stack it, eventually you get something kind of interesting like this when it's all stacked together. So that's kind of the goal here, but we're just at the beginning stages. So I'm going to duplicate and make my third triangle, but on this one, we will have it, let's move it maybe down here some, and change the path a little bit. What does that do? Move it to the right a little bit, just a few frames, and we'll stagger it. What does that do? Okay. But I would like this to start to the right. Oh, wrong way. Oh, I forgot I had the flip or flop property on here. What does that do? Yeah, okay. So let's move it more to the center. And then here, maybe just too much bend here. Let's do this. I don't want quite so much bend. And I also want to make the rotation a little more randomized. We've got that rotating. And they're going to be rotating at different speeds. Let's crank it up and see what this does. 120. Whee! Whoosh. Whoosh. Okay. This one, we'll change this up too. We'll say maybe, I don't know, 90 degrees. What does that do? Okay, that'll work. Okay, let's see here. Probably need to pre-comp. Yes, we will pre-comp this. Yep, for sure. Tim, I will say I am completely lost. I beta tested some games when I was in college, but that was a decade ago. But the final result looks cool here. It reminds me of a death animation in Asteroids. Have the size change so it's either getting nearer or further. If you're going to use it as a super chat, then maybe up. Okay. Okay. All that glitters is not gold. Glitters is the herpes of crafting supplies. How dare you? It kind of is, though. It never goes away. Great time for me to take a little break here. Really hard to get rid of glitter. First you have triangles, but soon she's going to blow your mind with glitter. Okay, glitter. Yes, let's add some quick glitter here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. All right, let's just preview what we have so far. Okay. So what I think it's missing, first of all, is more of these little circles. I'm going to grab just one of these, and I'm going to call it little teeny tiny circle and make it yellow. And we will give it totally different properties here. We're not going to fade it up. It'll just be so quick that it's just bloop, just a little bloop on the screen. And somebody mentioned that they wanted red in here, and I think it was John Sanders. So John, this is for you. We'll make this one. Oh, well, if we're going to make it red, let's be consistent. Okay. And red. Red. And on the size, let's make it even smaller, really small. And let's move it randomly all over the place. Heard a bling. Heard the almighty bling. Not seeing anything. Does it show me if I click on here? What is this? Oh, it does. Dias Fami, thank you for your subscription. Thanks for being here. Okay, so we are going with, was that too small? Where's my red circle? Oh, wait. But why is it not filled? Red? What's the opacity? Oh, it's at 0, that's why. Okay. So, let's make this red circle really teeny tiny. Really teeny tiny, okay? Something like, no, even smaller. Even smaller, like it barely even registers. Nelson Chen, thank you very much. That is very generous of you, and happy holidays to you. Thank you. What did I miss here? I feel like a dog watching a microwave. I don't understand, but it's very clever, and I love watching the magic take place. A dog watching a microwave. It's about to ding, buddy. Hang around. It's about to ding, I promise. All right, I'm gonna duplicate this red circle and just randomly, you know what? I'm just gonna close my eyes, duplicate it, close my eyes. Duplicate it again, just close my eyes, and I don't even know what's happening right now. I just know there's a lot of little red dots everywhere. Okay, still not peaking. I promise you that. Not peaking, because we don't want to do that. Okay. 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 All right, so they're all popping in at the same time, and that's boring. So let's have them pop in at different times, and maybe we'll start here. This is all totally random. There is no rhyme or reason to this. I just want to see what it does, because that's a lot of the editing process. It's playing and figuring out what things do or what result they produce. And sometimes you get lucky And it looks awesome, even if you didn't intend for it to look awesome. So I heard another beep. Let me check real quick here. Was that a subscriber? Yes, Noor El Huda Bukaran has subscribed. Thank you very much for your subscription. Okay, guys, let's see what this looks like. Okay, they're kind of like blinky. Okay, but some of this, I don't like the closeness of those two. Where is that? Which one is that? Let's move that. No, they need to be uniformly spaced out. Random, yes, but still kind of in the same realm, you know? Okay, and all we need to do for it to look kind of glittery is just make them not last very long. So maybe this one is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6 frames. Sure. And maybe this one is like 3 frames. And maybe this one is like 7 frames. You see the randomness of it? I promise you it will pay off. Maybe this one is just 3 frames. This one could be one frame. Now that you're barely, I mean, it will register in your mind, but it all goes so quickly. Like you can't notice everything. You'll just get the full painting, the full picture of it when it's done. So we're just being super random tonight because we're just we're random, you know? We're quirky. We're random. Okay. Question for you, AA. If you know your work project only going to be used on phones, tablets, do you develop the output in a different way? I do for the shorts, because on mobile, the vertical format looks better on a phone as opposed to like a desktop screen. So for something like a short on YouTube, I will make the resolution, the frame size vertical as opposed to horizontal. So sometimes, like the way if I know going ahead of time that this will be a short, then I know that the frame is going to be 1080 by 1920, as opposed to, you know, if I'm producing like a 4K longer form video, that will be 4K. That'll be 3840 by 2160. So yeah, it does require a little bit of planning depending on where it's going. And I checked my analytics, and most people are watching from their phones. So it's good to consider that when you're making the thing. Okay. Liam, those red dots remind me of my last eye test. Positivity gives are the yellow ones there? Yes. They should be. They come in a little bit different. Oh, okay. You see the way the red is just kind of bouncing. Well, where's that coming from? I don't like that. I don't like that position. Let's try that instead. And we won't make it quite as long. And this one, let's make, I don't know, maybe just 1 frame. Every once in a while, maybe we just have like 1 frame. And let's see what that gives us. This one's a little bit long. We don't need it to be that long. Get in and get out, okay? In and out. And we want this to kind of be able to loop. So it starts from nothing and ends with nothing. Okay, the beginnings of glitter are manifesting right now. But what it really needs is some squiggly lines. And I'm going to make an executive decision here and say that they're going to be white lines. Because white is a nice contrast color, goes pretty nicely with everything. Black too sometimes. So we'll go with white for this since we have a black background. And we'll say the stroke will be maybe 20 pixels. And then let's see, what do we want to do with the lines? Should they just, do we want to make like a firework pattern? Let me just watch for a second here. Okay, maybe from the circle right here, we just click some points, click a few points. I think that is a little too thick. We'll make it 5. And then I'm going to smooth it out with our Convert Vertex tool. And, ooh, maybe we could do some sort of bendy thing here. That's kind of cool. And maybe a little bit more of a bend. Now this part can take a while if you just want to ruminate on something for a really long time. This is an easy way to do just that. Do we like that? Do we like that? Let's have it come out a little bit. I'm just making this up right now. I don't even know what I'm doing. Changed it to our round cap. And then I think maybe, let's add our trim paths. And maybe right about here it'll start. So we'll put it at 0. And then right about maybe here, we'll hit 100. And then to animate it out, we'll click our starting keyframe position, do the same thing, and then here we'll go to 100. So watch what happens. Whoa! I like that, but I think it should be a little bit longer. Let's make it a little bit longer. What does that do? Ooh, that's kind of smooth. I kind of like that. Okay. So that could be the basis for, let's duplicate it, let's scoot it down just a little bit, and let's make the line a little bit thinner. Let's also give it kind of a dotted, dashed pattern. We do that through our stroke property under dashes, and we'll hit the plus sign. What does that do? Okay, that's cool, but we should stagger it a little bit. We'll stagger it. Both of these will stagger. So this one will come in maybe 2 frames. Maybe a little bit more. What does that do? Whee! And also, I want, okay, why do I keep using my fingers? This point, I want to be here. So it looks like they're together. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit. Maybe we move this over a little bit. Let's see what that does. Whee! Okay. And we'll take that down just a little bit, that down just a little bit. It's kind of cool. Okay, chat. Uh-oh, Amy's gonna get lost in the weeds. Too late! See, this is how it begins. This is how it begins. Not a raccoon. What did I miss? Just me getting in the weeds. Just getting in the weeds. Okay. QA library. YouTube is meant to be the platform if you want to watch 4K output. Absolutely. You can't do 4K on shorts though. They have a different format. So, Joe Collar, this is fascinating. Yay! I'm glad to hear that. Ray Wood, so design randomly and then find a purpose, not my strength. Sometimes it does work that way for me. It can be a little bit backwards. Sometimes I really do know what I'm trying to achieve, but when you get in a creative rut or a block, I often find it helpful to just start And you never know what can emerge when you just start putting things on the canvas, because then you see it all come together and you think, oh, this is actually starting to look like a firework. That wasn't my intention. So that's pretty cool. You find where you're going sometimes just through the process of doing. All right, back to work. Okay, so we've got some lines. That's pretty cool. So now, let me think here. Let me just see what it looks like from a distance. We definitely could go for more glitter. We have red glitter, maybe some white as contrast. What do you think? Let's try it. And we'll make the circles a different size again, adding that variation and that contrast to pull it all together, so it doesn't look the same. And maybe we don't fill it. Maybe we just use it as a stroke. So maybe that size. Sure, why not? And we'll make it 2 frames. 2 frames. Was that 2 frames? 1, 2. Oh, that was 3. Okay. We'll make it 2 frames. We'll duplicate it. And we'll stagger it. So here, let's see, where else do we want a circle? Maybe in the negative space, wherever nothing is happening, just to fill it in. Maybe here could be over here. Maybe here could be over here. Just to add a little bit. Okay. See it from a distance. We're getting somewhere. Now, these lines. I really like these lines. And I'm curious if we could do some symmetrical pattern by, let's pre-comp this. So we'll go to Layer, Pre-compose, and we'll just call it Bendy Line, because I can't think of a more creative word for that, label for that. And then we will hit this rasterize, what is it? For vector layers, which is basically what shape layers are, they're vectors. If you click continuously rasterize, or this button here, looks like a sun, it'll keep it really sharp. And it doesn't matter how much you scale it up, it'll stay sharp. So that's a neat little feature. So I'm going to duplicate my bendy line, and then I'm going to go and apply the flop effect again. What does flip and flop do? What does flip and flop do? Let me try flip and flop. What does that do? That's what I wanted. Okay. Whee! Okay, stagger it a little bit. What does that do? Okay, so this is the foundation, okay? And now what we're gonna do is take this and we have it labeled as Sparkles Blank Slate. We're gonna drag this composition into a new composition, hit our button to keep it sharp, and then what we're gonna do is duplicate this and make it all different sizes and popping in at different times. So maybe we'll move it up. Oh, I just remembered that when you flip things in here, some of it gets a little, well, let me just see what it looks like. What if, okay, take that off. I like that. Okay, let's do this instead. So I'm gonna go up to, let's call this pretty version. Okay, let's see here. More glitter, please. Oh, do we need more? Okay, we can always add more. This is a non-destructive process, so if we don't like what we're seeing, we can always take it away. Tea not cold yet? Good question. Ah, it's cold. It's cold. That's okay. We'll survive. Okay. Maybe have another line opposite the first one for some symmetry. From a distance, I didn't see any glitter. Big sad. Okay, we got to go back for some more glitter. Yes, more lines. Oh, Justin, what's the advantage to creating this from scratch instead of using a stock effect? What's the advantage? Well, if you can't make it yourself and you're short on time, I would say the biggest benefit of using a stock effect would be the time saving part of it. But if you can create it from scratch and make it uniquely yours, I think it makes it more interesting, and also not available to just anybody. I mean, you'll notice with a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of people use a lot of the same stuff, the same lower thirds, the same kind of animations. You know, I have an idea of where they're finding it, and it's very obvious to me that they're not making it themselves. They're all pulling from the same source. So it just adds a more customized look to what you're doing, and I think that makes you stand out. Okay. I flip and flop when I get tased. Do you? I've never been tased before. That sounds a lot less pleasant than what we're doing tonight. Mylar, I love After Effects. Same, yes. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. More glitter is better. Okay, I think we're all in agreement that this needs more glitter. How long have we been going? Let me just check here. Does it tell me anywhere? When did I start? I'm sort of hesitant to make these too long because most people don't stick around for the whole thing, and but whatever. You know what? I'm having fun. If you guys are still down, we'll just keep going and see how crazy we can get with this. Are you creating an infinite loop? That's the goal. That's the goal, because I think I would like to use this as a button for my Streamlabs. We'll see how well that works out for us. But okay, so we all want more glitter. I mean, why have a little bit of glitter when you can have a lot of glitter, right? Okay, so let me think here. Let's make a separate composition. So I'm going to take, where are we at? This is the pretty version. I guess we could just build it out from here. Go up to layer, shape layer, circle, fill. What color glitter? We have red, we have a little bit of white. We also have purple and orange and yellow in the scene. What are we missing? Keep going, I'm invested. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to blindly choose maybe like, I don't know, blue, if I can find the perfect shade, or a teal or something. I don't know, we're just guessing here. Okay. We don't want a stroke on this, we just want the fill. So we'll zoom in here and let's see here. You know what, let's just make this a little bit bigger so we can see what we're working with. Right, okay, so let's make some blue glitter. Okay, there's one. We'll make it, let's just make it real quick, like maybe one frame. And this one will be maybe here. This one will be maybe over here. And we'll just keep building it out. See what we get. We want it to be sort of random. I see a space in here that might benefit from just a little something. And maybe even back here. Maybe something here. We'll change the position maybe over here. Thank God for that autosave function. I'm just going to save again. Sometimes when it autosaves, I feel like it's about to glitch on me or something. So I immediately save after it autosaves because I just had some bad experiences. I've lost entire projects before, and if you've never known that pain, it's a very unique kind of pain. When you put your heart and soul into something and you lose the whole thing. The only thing that's left is the idea that you had in your head. All right, we're getting more glitter in here. Let's add more. We can always change it if we don't like it. More. More. Okay. Dupe these. Pull it up. Now, the one thing I have not done a very good job of tonight, because there's just so many layers, is the labeling of things. But I will probably do that in my own time because that's boring to watch people just, label things. Blue dot 1, blue dot 20,000. Who wants to stick around for that? Not me. Okay, so we got some blue. We got some blue in here. Let's see what it looks like. Closer. What does it need? Lines. Love your stuff. Just stopping by. Thanks for all that you do. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Second, unrelated but coincidence I found this after Legal Eagle's glitter bomb video and wondered how glitter was falling in the air near the American flag. Funny you mentioned that video. I believe that was the last video that I worked on. I cut that Mark Rober interview together. That was fun. Looks very cool. Is the dog okay? Does he need... Oh, are you hearing the dog? Okay, but some of them like the cold. I've been made aware. So I just have to believe that this dog right now is having the time of his life, because to think different would be very distressing to me. Adam, sorry late. My sus for name, the new Awkwardians. Also, can I send you a new toque? Those hats are not beanies. Can you send... They're not beanies. Are you saying that because it's got a little poof? Because I guess there is a little bit of a difference, but every time I see that word... How do you say that word? Is it toque? I need to know. Okay. But does that dog need some belly rubs right now? Because I don't know whose dog that is, but what am I gonna do, guys? I mean, sending belly rubs in spirit. That's all I can do. And I also just have to assume it's a husky. or some breed that just loves frigid cold weather. Okay. Toque. Not toque. That's something different. Okay. Bonjour, Mr. D'Artiganan. Bonjour. Brainwave. Instead of glitter, I'll make feet shoot out of the click subscribe icon. Context, I have an amputee channel. Feet are a running joke. Minus the running because reasons. I think that's a fantastically creative idea. I love that idea. If I were to try to draw a foot, I think I would fail miserably. So I'm not going to, but that's a great idea. That's very clever. I'm from Nova Scotia, can confirm pronunciation. All right, awesome, because you know what? I do not want to say words wrong on the internet. On my last video, on the out-of-body experiences video, I had a whole discussion about the prefrontal cortex, and then last minute I was like, wait a minute, I better just double up on my research here so I'm not giving wrong information. And ultimately I decided to take it out because I wasn't 100% sure that what I was saying was right. And that is something I'm very aware of now when I'm making videos. Like, you can't just wing anything. You need to know what you're talking about, because there is always that one person that's gonna check you on that. Ooh, okay. What did I say we were gonna do? More lines, yes? More lines. Okay, we're gonna do lines, and then we're gonna, that sounded terrible. Okay, oh, do we have, Mamals has subscribed. Thank you for your subscription. Sorry for butchering your name. Thanks for being here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up with some extra lines we don't want to fill. And where would the line, what kind of line are we, should we just go, you know what, I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care. Again, I'm just closing my, I'm not even looking right now. I'm not even looking. Whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be. Like, I can't control this. It's just whatever. I'm not married to this. It can be whatever it is. I don't even have to look at it. Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's trim path it. Trim path. Start at the end. Set it at 0. Smooth it out. We'll go, maybe we'll make this a little bit longer. Go to 100. And then here, we'll say start. And maybe here, 100. What does that look like? Whoa. What in God's green earth did I just, what is that? Okay, it just needs a little bit of finesse here. Let's maybe do something like that. Maybe do something like that. Maybe make this more of like a rounded, circle-y thing. Maybe make this a little bit wider. And what do we think? Turn this a little bit. Let's see. And it needs to start. Ooh, I know what we can add. Ooh, okay. Let's start this a little bit sooner. Something about that I don't like. What don't I like about it? Can we make it faster, maybe? What does that do? Yeah, it's just a little, it's almost too busy. Let me stagger it a little bit. And Something about where it's intersecting here. I don't want it to try that. That is a whole mess of something. Okay, let's make this 1 pixel long, wide. Okay, variation, I like it. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this. Whee! Stagger it. What's that do? That's all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna change the path on this one. And what do we think? Shorter? No. Turn it. Turn it. It's got to be this way. And let's scoot it up just a little bit, see what that does. Okay. Move it back. It's so fast. It's so wild. What's going on? Adam, do you have a P.O. box? Radio Vet says dogs love cold. I do not have a P.O. box. Something I might consider. I haven't done it yet, but thinking about it. Don't want to give my actual address out, so a P.O. box is probably a good idea. Thanks for your super chat. Thanks. Can you do that with a Wacom tablet? Absolutely, yeah. I actually have one, and I wish I had stuck with it because I work a lot in Photoshop, and I think if you're an illustrator, I'm not, but it's fun to draw, and the one that I have, it's the pen or whatever it's called, stylus, pen, whatever, it's very sensitive to pressure. So, you know, you can very easily, with the touch of a button, erase things and do all kinds of this kind of stuff with that. You could. I should probably learn. I think it would be time well spent. Classics lover. I didn't get the memo, so what are we doing? I thought we were making glitter, but presently this is what we have produced. Perhaps this is an animation of the universe expanding. It's really whatever you see, whatever you interpret this as. It started as one thing and it's become this. But just a lot of chaos right now. So now the way to get it like this is probably not having that flop effect applied, because when you pre-comp something with that effect applied, it moves things around, and we don't want that. So maybe for our version, where did I have it applied is the question. Where did I apply that? Oh, was it under here? Was it somewhere in here? Yeah, I think it was. Yep, there it is. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take that off, and I'm just going to grab, well, we have the anchor point kind of where we want it. Maybe we'll just rotate it like this. What does that do? That's still good. And we don't have to rely on the flippy floppy effect. So in theory, assuming I don't have this applied anywhere else, let me just check. I don't think so. So in theory, what we could do now is take this Sparkles Pretty version and just drag it into a new composition and make it sharp. And now we can make it smaller, duplicate it, stagger it, make it a different size, rotate it. Yes, here we go, here we go. Oh, we getting crazy now. Okay, I don't know. Whoa. What is this? I don't know. I don't hate it though. What does that do? Okay, I'm gonna scoot this up a little bit. And Adam could use the Monty Python mailing address behind the tank, third stall, women washroom, Penn Station. Okay, noted. It just needs a ton of the little specks added. That might take some time. I agree, Snicks. I agree. Bop it. Twist it. Oh, yeah. Are we all children of the 90s in here? Classics lover. It's a visual depiction of Morgan thinking of crisps. Morgan, is that accurate? Are you still here? Can you deny or confirm this? Is this what's going on in your brain when the crisp fund gets larger? Please let us know, and while I make this even crazier. Maybe we'll have something over here. And, you know, maybe one of these for the pretty, let's do this. One of these, I don't want the orange circle. No orange circle. I kind of just want that one for the first one. Everything else, I don't want the orange circle. No orange circle. So let's take it out. I think it's the very first layer we have here. Right? Oh, it's under here. Okay. No big deal. No big deal. Whoops. What'd I do? Blank slate. Ah, okay. We need to... I'm sorry if this is confusing. It's a little bit confusing to my brain right now. No orange. Master. You guys ever give your file names just ridiculous names? Because you don't have time to be clever about it. It's just like ACFG67, please work. Okay. So on here, I'm just going to change this. So no orange and no orange. I think this will look better. Let me see. Why are we still seeing orange? What's going on? We don't want orange. Try again. Take that off. Take that off. Is this what we were working on? Ah, okay. Okay. All right. Let's hide this for a second and let me just see what this looks like. This, okay. Let's kind of center it. Let me get closer here so you can see what I'm doing. It's almost like a, is it mandala? Is that the effect that I don't know what I'm doing right now. Thomas McHugh, still loving your content and hope you're doing well. Merry everything. Same to you, Thomas. That is a blast from the Germany past. I hope you are well, and thanks for being here. Okay, so let's see what we do if we just duplicate this layer and move it this way. What do we get? Ooh, hold on. I gotta see that from a distance. Huh. Okay. Rotation on this feels a little off to me. Let's try that and scoot it up a little bit and maybe move it over a little bit. What's that do? Okay. And this, where's this coming in? Where's this coming in? I'm gonna make this even smaller. And maybe out. And then we'll do this again. And we'll rotate it negative 234. And then we'll scoot it over to the other side. We're all about symmetry here. Oh, that's not right. Rotate. I think that's better. Something is just a little bit off here by like a few frames. Okay, this, not this one, this one needs to be higher. Let's get it, let's get a NASA look at that. Maybe, again, just kind of eyeballing it. Whoa. That's a whole lot of something. So you see how I'm building it into this chaotic pattern, but it's really just one animation stacked and then rotated and scaled, and the position is changed to give it some randomness. That's all that I'm doing here. And it's only with shape layers in After Effects. So you don't need any extra plugins to be able to do this. If you have After Effects, you have access to all the tools that you need to make this work. James, I name it all Project at AP. Oh, that's relatable. Mine's always like project underscore please work, project version 2 underscore please I'm begging. Put the glitter at where the previous glitter lines end and make it smaller. Now, you people are very demanding. Okay, I'll do what I can do. What sort of wizardy is this? Dusty? We're all finding out together. I'm just playing right now. I have to say, though, that this is probably my favorite. And it could just be the color choices. Feels like it's got a little bit more energy. Oh, wiggle paths! That's what we're missing here. Wiggle paths. Okay. So wiggle paths, let me show you what a wiggle path is. Real quickly, take a shape layer. We're going to make a line, 5 pixels, I guess, and maybe we'll just have one just cut through this way. Now watch what happens here. If I add wiggle paths, now we have a number of other properties. Whoa. We can make it sharp or smooth. Smooth is kind of cool. And we can increase the wiggles per second so it'll move like that. Check that out. Whee! And again, with trim paths, we can animate the start and the end of this. So let's see what that does. Maybe we start it right here. At the very beginning. At the very beginning, we'll set a keyframe. And maybe halfway through, we get to the end. And then by the time we get to here, it's gone. Right? Start. And then 100. What does that do? What? It looks like a snake. Something unwanted. Pretty cool to look at, though. That was a happy mistake. I don't know what I did there. Okay, so now if we go back to this version, how much different does it look when it's all duplicated and stacked? Okay, that's because this little, oh my goodness, I've been going an hour and a half. I should probably wrap this up soon. Okay, I'm just gonna do one more thing. And then, maybe, what does this do? What if let's change the path and have it maybe start here and maybe end here, just for something a little different. And what does that do? It's like something like it's alive. It's alive, but I don't know what it's doing. Let's make this maybe a little bit thinner. And why not? Let's change the color to something like that. No, it needs to move a little bit faster. A little bit faster. And it needs to start a little bit later. Ah, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jesus. Try this. Zoom in. Zoom in more. Chaos. Chaos. We started with the goal of glitter, and what we have created is, I don't know. I don't know. Oh boy, might have to retitle this stream. It's a snake passing by. Thank you, Woof. Yes. So Wiggle Path is the clean name version of what of us males know it really is. Oh, is that a sperm joke? Okay, well played. Cool beans. A beautiful mess, Dan. Thank you. That is the highest compliment right now. That's what this is. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful mess. It's beautiful chaos. And, you know, I set out to do one thing, and this is what the end result was. I will probably polish this up a little bit so that we can have this as part of our little notification animation for future streams. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's taken on a life of its own. Yes, it has. It's like Brazilian carnival presentation. Yeah. It's whatever you see. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Maybe you see cool sparkles. Maybe you see sperm. I don't know. I see something pretty and chaotic. So, thank you all. And thank you all for being here. I am going to be doing this every Monday, if that's working for people. I think people just want me to stick to one day and just be very consistent about that. I know some people this time of the day is not great. And that's why I leave these up. So if you can't make the stream, but if you can watch later and you get some value from it, I hope that works for you. And still, I'm just baffled by this snake that just made its way into this. That was not planned. But I love you guys. I'm going to put out a poll and we're going to figure out what to call this community, because I think we need to at this point. Are we Awkwardites? Are we Awkwardians? Are we just the Awkwards? I don't know. What'd I do? Oh, just extra saved. Okay, that's not a bad thing. All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me. And I don't want to give too much away about the next longer form video that I'm doing, but it will feature my mother as a robot. She has volunteered to do this. And it incorporates a little bit of Greek mythology and the future of technology. So I hope you will stay tuned for that. And Mom, if you're watching, I think we're going to have a lot of fun filming that. Going to give you all the funny parts. Maybe she'll walk into some walls or something. I don't know. She's supposed to be a robot. Awkwards were awkward. Oh man, I can't say any of these names. None of them. All right, guys. Well, have a good night. And we're working on making this less awkward. I know the moment that I stop this, it's done. So, awkward.